Pi Insurance. Funny name, but is this the company you want to have your workers' compensation insurance with? Good question. Hi, Ryan Hanley here, founder and president of Rogue Risk, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you knowledge and information to make the right insurance decision, much like these insurance carrier reviews that we do. Today we're talking about Pi Insurance. Pi is a relatively new insurance carrier to the overall US market, and today they specifically focus on workers' compensation. So if you need workers' comp, Pi is definitely a company that you should consider, and if you're doing some research online, you're probably going to bump into Pi as they have robust website, robust web presence, they're on social media, stuff like that. So you're gonna run into Pi. Now the question is, okay, are they legitimate? Yes, absolutely legitimate carrier, A-rated, very well run, and solid underwriting. Now, I can say that because we have firsthand experience here at Rogue Risk. We write with Pi. It's one of the companies that we place some of our customers with when it's most appropriate. So I will say that in general, you are not doing your company a disservice, at least from a financial standpoint, by working with Pi. So how is their coverage? Well, since they focus on workers' comp, which is a fairly standardized coverage in most states in the United States, the coverage itself is going to be very similar to what you get from other carriers. So when it comes to workers' comp in particular, what you're looking for is how is the audit process, what is their pricing, how do they handle claims and the claims process. So let's take those three things into account. What is the audit process like? I will say that Pi's audit process is fairly standard. I won't say that they're overly rigorous. I won't say that they're too loosey-goosey. I'd say they're right down the middle. It is a fairly standard audit process. You're not going to feel like you're being bludgeoned for information. At the same time, it's not the most easy audit process either. But I think that's actually a good thing because you don't ever want to get into a situation where because the audit process was too loose, you're misrating yourself or accounting for payroll, and then that catches up to you in the future at some point and you get a big audit bill. You don't want that. So I think it's a fairly standard audit process and you're perfectly fine in that standpoint. Second, how's their pricing? I actually think their pricing is pretty good. Again, pricing for workers' compensation is very state to state specific, but today, I just looked at our stats before we did this video. We have the most Pi policies in New York State. And in that state, I'd say fairly competitive. Up and down the East Coast, very competitive. What makes Pi particularly interesting to us at Rogue Risk and the companies that, or the customers that we place Pi with, is that they are willing to write a lot of contracting classes that other carriers are unwilling to take a look at. They're willing to write new businesses, which a lot of carriers don't want to write new businesses at all. And Pi will write a new business and give a new business owner a shot, or someone who's hiring an employee for the first time a shot. And that means a lot culturally to us here at Rogue, since we work with a lot of startup business owners. Last, the claims process. I find their claims process to also be very standard. We've never had a problem. We've never had a complaint with a claim when it comes to Pi. They do use third-party adjusters, which a lot of carriers do, so I don't think that's an issue in particularly. So all in all, I give Pi a great rating. I think you're perfectly fine working with Pi as an insurance carrier. I do think you should work through them with a broker. I don't think that you should go direct. And the reason for that is if you go direct, essentially what you're saying is that you're going to act as the insurance agent and you now become responsible for all those decisions and understanding policy forms and understanding policy language and how all that works. You're most likely not a licensed insurance agent, which is fine. Find someone you trust. Find someone who's going to talk you through the process, help you better understand why Pi might be a good fit or why there may be another carrier. But as far as our review of Pi, we think they're a top quality carrier who is growing in the space and that you should feel perfectly comfortable having them as your insurance carrier. If this is the kind of relationship that you want out of your insurance agent, someone who's going to talk to you like this and walk you through carriers in this way, we would love to work with you at Rogue Risk. We work in all 50 states. We do, workers' comp is one of our specialties. That's one of the reasons why we work with Pi, and we would be happy to work with you. The best way to get our relationship started is to go to roguerisk.com. That's roguerisk.com. There'll also be a link in the description for this video. You can also give us a call, 518-960-6600, or email us, gorogue@roguerisk.com. Whichever way you choose, we look forward to working with you.